I'm actually excited, super excited because the league is starting tomorrow. So
Yes, finally.
Yeah.
I know some fans are actually not excited because they'll start losing weight, and I didn't mention anybody's name, but they know themselves.
I think my hair is coming out a little bit, but
Which signing so far would you say is the best, impressed you the most?
First of all, God, I feel fairly humiliated with the whole Frankie De Jong pursuit. I mean, like, right from the bat, I was thinking, my goodness, why is Eric chasing after this guy despite all the baggage from backup? And, because I couldn't get it. Now it looks like, the guy is going to, of all
Chelsea.
people, Chelsea. I mean, really. So that rankles. I'm quietly excited for Martinez as a center back. And talking about Arsenal, to be fair, with all due respect, I really like the way Gabriel Jesus
It's yeah.
has started. I mean, look. First of all, I questioned why someone would go from a Champions League team to a Europa team. Even though that the joke is on me because we are both in Europa anyway. But yeah, I think that by and large he's going to be a good signing for them. So I mean, overall, I feel that's one purchase in the Premiership that I'm excited about. Ericsson, if he can settle down and he's given room to express himself in our team, we could really, really, really do some very good damage, especially if our forwards are up for it. I really would love Ronaldo to still be around so that Ericsson can, feed him goals. So Ericsson, I would say is, the signing I'm most excited, quietly excited about. But it's a transition season. Please, haters.
Are you laying down the background for the excuses already?
I am just saying.
Yes, he is. Yes, he is.
Okay.
No. I have strong conviction we will make Champions League. But I can't say more than that.
For a neutral fan for right now, I'm actually very impressed with what United has done, low key. Bringing in Eric Ten Hag is very massive. It seemed to have it together. So I'm excited about Ericsson. Actually, I really liked Ericsson as a player, as a professional. He's a very solid midfielder. He's a better option to. I think he's going to probably slot in with where this tall guy left.
Matic.
Yeah.
That's why I asked.
Yeah. So I think Ericsson is going to play that kind of role, like a deep line playmaker midfielder.
I prefer Ericsson as an attacking midfielder. I get what you are saying, but I feel that it doesn't necessarily have to be. We don't always have to play Fernandes when we have an Ericsson. I think both of them are too creative to be lying too deeply in
All right.
Okay.
We'll see what Eric does with it. I think the versatility will be very important. So I'm excited about that. I think Haaland. I was very skeptical, not even before I saw him play, only because of his injury history. He's never played a full season. He's a goal scorer. Everybody knows this, but he's always injured. So that is the only concern I have about that. But I mean, I trust Pep and City to figure it out. I have no worry about there. I'm really excited about Jesus at Arsenal. I like what they did with Zinchenko. Zinchenko is a really solid fullback as well. So there is it's going to be very interesting, going forward with the new signings. But at the end of the day, I think it still comes down to how quick the team adapts to the newcomers.
Yeah. So the word excitement, I only apply that to the players we buy. But if I'm talking about in terms of scared, I know Haaland is something that Man City have been looking for, like an outright striker. So I think in terms of the buys, they've just literally gone out and bought the best almost in the world. I think Man City have bought what they need, and it remains to see how well he adapts. I think he'll come good, to be honest. I think Man City
will be fine.
The style of play anyway, they're a good team, and they've just added a good player. So I think Funny enough, I am actually excited. I hate saying this. I won't say this to my boss, who's also a Liverpool fan. I like the look of that Darwin guy, Darwin Nunes, or that you guys. I quite like that. I like the like of him a lot. I must say, when it comes to Man U, I'm not really impressed. I like Eriksen. Don't get me wrong. I like him as a player. I've always liked him. But I think Man U, they remind me of where Arsenal were when we started going down one direction, and I think Man U's got a couple of years going down that way. At the moment, I don't think there's an identity in that team anymore. And Man U, I don't see it. When I see the team, I see egos, I see individuals. Now you got this manager, and I've heard that he's very, very good. I hope he can start implanting his own brand on the team. I do think it's going to take him more than one season. I'm certainly, if I was to put any money on it, I'd almost put money on it right now. Man U won't be in top 4.
Well, you're going to lose money, but it's fine.
Yeah, I might do. But for us, I'm very happy with a lot of the signings we have. Jesus looks. I was watching pre-season. For whole season, even more than a season, we've missed a good striker. Even when we had Aubameyang for the last year of his contract, we had nobody who acted the way Jesus acted in the box. He just sharp. He's looking for those goals. And I thought, God Almighty, when last have I seen something like this at Arsenal? So I think he's a great addition.
I agree.
Zinchenko, I think we need him to do a lot of cover. I'm quite happy that we bought that guy. I mean, people are saying that we're taking Man City's scraps. I think we're taking. They're such a good team. Therefore, the other good players who were not guaranteed first team play.
I mean, it's been a running joke the past couple of years that City's bench can start anywhere, and it's the truth. And that's what's happening. Their bench literally can start for any team in the Premier League, maybe except Liverpool. So it's no surprise that Zinchenko is no surprise at all.
Arsenal is feeding off their scraps and second team.
No. I will take the comments. Bottom line is, end of season, we'll see where everybody is. I think Man City and Liverpool are by far, last season definitely, ahead of such above everybody else.
Yeah.
So all the rest of us are trying to play catch up.
Yeah.
Annie, your Sadio Mane is gone. So do you think Nunez can actually fit in? When he came in, most people actually thought he was a flop until he scored his first goal. So do you think he can actually cover up the gaps that Mane left in Liverpool?
There's a difference between what a guy brings on the field and what he brings off of it. What Mane brings on the field, I feel like we can adjust. But what he brings off of it, that's going to be a struggle. No one has ever had any complaints about him. His professionalism, the kind of character that he is. No one has ever had any complaint about him. You don't lose that kind of person in the locker room and not feel it. You will feel it. But I feel like, this is where when you have a solid manager, the man managing part of it comes into play. We will try we'll try to downplay what's missing, but make bigger what could change, what could be different, what could be exciting. But as a footballer, I feel like it's going to be hard for us to replace what he brings, but the possibilities are there. Diaz is no scrub. He's shown when he came in January, when he subs in for Mane, or when Mane comes in for him, there is no gap in expectation and in output as well. What you can get from Mane, I feel like you can get from Diaz. But as far as like productivity, there's not much of a drop off. So I feel like we can make up for the productivity part of it. But the bigger picture is, how are we going to adapt to everybody else? Klopp don't adapt to a player. He adapts to what the team can do together as a team. We'll see how Darwin adapts, but I feel like as a person, it'll be hard to replace Salah, Mane, but productivity wise, I feel like we can match it.
I think Arsenal made one of the best impressive signings so far. Thumbs up to them. So do you think your team can actually make top 4? And what do you think can stop them? They lost out last season. I was actually rooting for them to make top 4, and they disappointed me.
We we didn't make top 4 for, I think, 2 main reasons. One, we had a terrible start. But put that to one side, I think the biggest reason why we didn't make top 4 is the size of our squad. At one point, Arteta got rid of so much dead wood. And don't get me wrong, I'm not criticizing him. I think those people needed to go anyway, because some of them were poisoning the atmosphere in the club, and it was just better to get rid of them. But we went into the last few months of the season with literally nothing beyond 11 players. Everybody else beyond those 11 players were not up to scratch. And once we started getting certain injuries, Partey was out for a while, and we started struggling. And we had that terrible run of 3 games. It's one of those things, and then by the time last game of the season, it really didn't matter anymore because it was back in Spurs' hands, and they did what they needed to do. They won their last game of the season, so we missed out. I think now the squad is bigger. We've got a lot more cover, and when I say cover, I mean quality, a better quality cover. So my hopes are up. Now, having said that, I know that a lot of the other teams they're not standing still. They're doing their business as well. But I've got hope. As an Arsenal fan, I'm looking very much towards this season.
To be fair, Tottenham might have 1 or 2 things to say about Arsenal being in top 4 again.
Who cares about what Tottenham says? Who are they, my friends?
I agree.
Let me tell you, this season we're smacking them home and away. I'm talking about.
Let's come to your team, Manchester United. When they signed Ronaldo, I made this video and I asked, is Ronaldo actually going to help or ruin the team? And now he wants to leave, but no club is willing to sign him. So he's staying at the club against his will.
That isn't accurate. No club that is well touted. I hope you heard about the Saudi splashing cash and saying,
we're talking about teams. We're talking about teams that would actually win a Champions League. No Champions League team wants him.
And then Atletico, for example, to be fair, but of course it would have been awkward. I mean, I can't imagine Atletico lining up in the Madrid derby, and then a Madrid legend is playing against them, and all of that. So again, I feel that. So I'm not one of those people who feel that Ronaldo was a bad addition. Ronaldo still did 19 Premiership goals, and I feel that. Look, I think we should stop saying, players felt bad. And I mean, they collect their salary. If they're professionals, they ought to bring their A game and, help the club.
Do you think it's going to get complicated with Ronaldo staying against his will, or somehow he is just going to manage?
I don't think it'll be complicated. Ronaldo is a professional. He will be Ronaldo. He will still bang in many goals. I don't think it'll be complicated. The only difference that I feel will affect that chemistry a little bit. If United start losing a game or 2 here and there, and Ronaldo is scoring but they're still losing, then there might be some issue. But as long as Ronaldo is a professional, I mean, there is no doubting his ability. There is no doubting his commitment when he's ready to commit.
Which is what I always remind people. Ronaldo, to be fair to the man, he's a professional.
He's a professional.
I mean people.
But
there's always
the danger with Ronaldo.
Is
the fact that he's such a professional. He's a high performer. Now, high performers in low performing teams, after a while, they will start getting angry at the other.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. If the team start losing here and there, it is going to be the dynamite, the last stick on the dynamite for him. If the team starts, especially if it's performing and everyone else is not pulling their weight, there's gonna be some interesting thing going on there. So, but we're yet to see that.
I feel that because Eric is new on the job, there's a lot of pressure, and this is hoping that the class of 92 will please just lay off Eric. Please just let him have, make his mistakes and stuff like that. I don't want to be hearing stuff from Scholes or whoever. Please. Now, if Eric, who has won titles in Ajax and all of that, I feel the guy is ambitious, wants to make a name for himself, most likely will put a lot of trust in youth. If things go well, I feel Ronaldo would only be the icing on the cake. And I feel that by and large, if Ronaldo would just also get out of Eric's way and simply calm down and play to the managers, whatever, I don't see any problem. Like I said, the fact that we are being underrated right now and the pressure is much lower. That's fine for me, and I think it can only work. So look, watch out for us. Again, it's always better to have Ronaldo than not to have him. But even he will just have to step back, listen to the manager, and get with the program.
For this question is specifically for you, because Conte, he was the man that actually displaced Arsenal from top 4 last season. So, and he has gone to reinforce his team. So, do you see Spurs winning any trophy this season?
Spurs, let me tell you, Spurs are bottlers. They have been bottlers for decades and decades. The last won the league in 1961. I was not even born. As old as I am, I was not even born when they last won the trophy. It is in their DNA. They're not winning nothing. They're not winning nothing.
Be objective for one.
Let me talk. She's talking to me about Tottenham. Please. Okay. Since I'm going to listen to Soweto, yes, they might win Cali Cup. Finish. End of.
We are getting there.
Maybe, because that is the best I can hope for. Tottenham get top 4. That's a trophy. I mean, to be honest, people talk about Tottenham a lot, right? And yes, they have some good players. But to me, if I took Kane out of that team, it's game over. If I took Son out of that team, it's game over.
I wouldn't say so for this present team with a good manager. So I'm sorry.
No, it's a good manager. It's a good manager, but to me, they've got 2 players that, to me personally, they're over-reliant on. If you're in a team where you think, and I think this is part of the problem, where you think that, it's unlikely they're going to win the league. It's unlikely they're going to win. You're always going to be looking elsewhere. If I was a player, I would never go to Tottenham.
Why?
I would look at track record of clubs. With Tottenham, what we're talking about? What? Not even 1 generation, not even 2 generations, almost 3 generations.
I think it's been about 55 years or something that they've won anything last.
Yeah. Well, it's 60. It's 1961. 1961 is when they won the
60. Yeah, so it's been longer than 55 years. Okay.
Yes. Now, yes, we've seen teams like Leicester come and win the league. So nothing is impossible. If somebody came to me, my son came to me, Daddy, Tottenham are offering me 1 million to come and play for them. I said, is your head correct? Take half price and go and play for Liverpool or go and play for Man U. Away will call us ourselves.
Okay, now please be objective, please. Yeah.
I like the objectivity for sure.
So, Suido, I'm going to ask you this because I know you don't like Pep Guardiola. So, you.
I respect Pep. I don't like some of his fans. The way they usually go, like he created the heavens and the earth in 7 days. I don't. And I feel that he has just a little bit unfair advantage over Liverpool regarding the sort of riches at his disposal. Fair play to him. That's not his fault. For being strategic in this choice of clubs he's managed that, and he's not a bad tactician at all. I don't hate Pep. It's just that that's the fact that he has too much money at his disposal. It just gets me one kind.
So let me translate that. The Babele of Man City winning everything, and Man City fans having a go at Soweto is what it's paying him. That is what I understand that perfectly. It's fine.
The same Babele you have for Spurs as well. So it's even.
You know what? I have. You know what? I never Babele. I don't like them. I hate them. Babele is. Let's say they are winning, then I will add Babele to it. They're not winning anything now. What is that for me to be envious of them? I just don't like them because yes, they are not the rivals. They make mouths. Their stadium is rubbish.
To be fair, I wonder why any Spurs fan will make mouth. As in, like, it just beats me. Like, really?
Sure, I do.
How?
Shall we, let me take Arsenal out of the, let me take Arsenal out of the question. In London,
Okay.
every London club, forget Arsenal, every London club hates Tottenham. Every London club hates Tottenham. Because why? They talk too much on top of nothing. If you go to
Well,
West Ham,
maybe
to
in
West
your
Ham,
hands of the maybe in your side of the world, but here they don't even exist.
That's even worse than
I can't even point. I don't even know any Tottenham's fan.
Okay, so do you think Haaland will actually fit into Pep Guardiola's style of play? You know, Jack Grealish is still finding it difficult to fit in. So what do you think about Haaland?
I'm not so sure that Grealish was really needed in that system, but of course, you know, like Pep had been playing with a false nine type formation for a long time since Aguero left. And it's not so, I mean, it's not been bad. I mean, they were able to defend their title. For Haaland, personally, I feel he will, I mean, let's not lie to ourselves. He is quality.
Yeah, he is.
Quality, and in a team where, man, they produce and produce and produce and produce and produce. It's going to be very difficult for Haaland not to.
Not so.
Yeah, not it's going to be very hard. It's really going to be hard. And I feel that Haaland himself would want to, you know, prove himself, prove that is that in fact, the thing about England is that, well, it's a fight or flight situation. Once you begin to do one kind, and English press,
They will let you know.
Exactly.
They will let
So
you know.
I feel that Haaland will have the kind of support that he needs. And you see, this is where I respect Guardiola. He's definitely going to make Haaland as comfortable
You
as
figure it out.
possible. Yeah.
Okay, so now to the top four prediction. I think I'll go first. And I'll say Man City, Liverpool, Spurs, and let me make someone happy, Arsenal. Top four. I don't see Man U or Chelsea in top four this season.
Well, I think Man City, I think they are marginally stronger, but that would depend on how they gel. I think they've lost one or two folks who could have helped in dire situations, but I will put Liverpool first. I think that usually what happens when a team loses on the final day, we've seen it happen so many times. When you lose by a point on your final day, it just does something. Liverpool had a fearsome firepower before. Now, I mean, they have five, at least on paper, five good strikers. I mean, from very good to very good, you know. So yes, Liverpool possibly by a point might win the league. Manchester City. I hate to, I don't believe in writing Chelsea off because I feel there is this cockroach ability. Look, they are street fighters. I'm sorry. Let them have maimed people playing on that pitch. There's just a way, eh? So unfortunately, well, I'm not a Chelsea fan, really. You like our people here. So I'm just going to say that because of their sheer mentality, they will still be third. That's what I feel. For the fourth position, I'm sorry, but I believe that Eric Ten Hag is going to
Hag.
I mean, again, that is me as a fan talking. But I feel that Arsenal is going to battle it out with Man U for that. My problem with Arsenal is somehow mentality when the going gets tough sometimes. You know, because you really want to have leaders. I have no doubt that they are going to do well. They're going to bang in goals and all. But when you still have people like Shaka in that team, that his village people just wake up from time to time. You are not expecting it, a penalty. He concedes a penalty and stuff. I feel we're going to be fourth, but I feel it's going to be between us and Arsenal.
Fair enough.
Arsenal. Okay.
I'm not gonna give you top four. I'm gonna give you exactly how it's going to go.
Okay.
Liverpool are gonna win the league by at least 6 points. Um,
Okay.
you can laugh. You can laugh now. I'm just saying.
I hear you.
And the only reason why I'm picking just 6 points is because we don't have money and we have a little bit of adaptation to do with the new guy. If you guys remember 3 years ago when we lost the league by 1 point, what happened the year after?
Yes, that's
We
what
won
Exactly.
we won it in March. We won the league around March before COVID
Exactly.
started, right? So we won it with 7 games to spare. That's massive. When we lost the Champions League the year before that, what did we do the year after? We won it.
Yeah,
Last year,
I have said this. I said people get very pained when they lose
yes.
stuff.
Last year
very
was probably
closely.
the most painful I've ever
Yeah.
felt as a Liverpool fan, but the proudest I've ever felt as well. I was proud that we were the only team we were the only team up until the last week of the season that was still eligible for quadruple. That was a proud moment.
Yeah.
The fact that we didn't make it happen hurts a little bit, but it gives me confidence. It gives me courage that now the guys know that it is possible.
It's not beans. Treble, people like
Eh,
us. It's not beans. It's not beans. It's not beans.
Okay. I can't put sand in your gari. You can enjoy it. But the thing is, records are made to be broken. And the fact that we were so close last year should worry you. I mean, that's all I'm gonna say. It should worry you. If we don't win all 4, we will be very, very close to matching your treble. And I'm saying that confidently. I'll go with Liverpool, number 1 by at least 6 points. City second. This is hard, but I will put Spurs back in third. I'll put Spurs back in third,
Okay.
and
And fourth?
I will put Chelsea back in fourth. Arsenal and United barely just miss it. I'll put Chelsea back in fourth for the same reason that Sebado said. They will always find a way to end in that top 4. No matter what, they always fight. Except if there's something cataclysmic happen between Tuchel and I don't know. Except that, defensively they look solid again. I feel like they will find a way to finish fourth again. I think United comes in close 5th, and Arsenal comes in close 6th as well.
Oh wow! Oh wow!
Okay.
Today.
Wow. Hey.
I'm the only one that is believing in Arsenal. Actually, I'm the only one that is believing in Arsenal.
It's good. So for me, I actually think City's going to win the league. Personally, so I'm going to put City first.
You can't go wrong with either City or Liverpool. It's not it's not a comment that people will say, "Oh wow!" No, it's been very, very close. So no doubt.
So to me, it's City, Liverpool. So let's get rid of those 2 first. City and then Liverpool. Now, and I'm saying this without even being any bias. I think Arsenal will be 3rd, and I think Chelsea will be 4th, and I think Chelsea being 4th will be probably the last game of the season between them and Tottenham. But there's no one on earth I'm going to say Tottenham's going to be 4th. So then, I'm putting Chelsea above. I think Chelsea's last season they were lucky to finish 3rd in my view, and I think Tottenham probably improved a bit more than Chelsea has this season. I think Arsenal's improved a lot more than Chelsea have. So that would be my order. I think Man U still have another season of rearrangement, and so I actually think Chelsea. So if I'm going to do it, actually, I'm going to say Man City, Liverpool, Arsenal, Chelsea, Tottenham, and then Man U.
Man U 7th, 6th.
6th. Yeah.
Okay.
And I'm saying that only because I've not even seen what Newcastle's going to do. They got their money. So Man, you could be 7th.
Okay now.
Okay, let's see how it goes.